How's it going, everybody? My name is Alex Rosales, and this is going to be my CrossFit Games event bid study in the city of Billings, Montana, which is where my feasibility study was at. Just to start us off, a little bit of change of scenery is what I'd like to call it, of why I feel that Billings would be the perfect landing spot for the CrossFit Games. This right here, like I said in my feasibility report, to go back on that video that I posted there, it is Montana's big entrance into the sporting world. You don't really hear sports going in and out of Montana, and the fact that the CrossFit Games coming to Billings would make Montana finally take their first steps into the sporting world. On top of that, I got a lovely picture of the city and the outskirts of it, and honestly, it kind of describes the entire state as a whole. It's just the beautiful landscape and the scenery that comes with it. Just imagine, like, you see these football games, these baseball games, and they got a view from the blimp, and they got a scenic view of the entire city. Just imagine the mountainous views that could come from an event that holds this amount of strength within it. The renovations to the facility provides an opportunity to host a large-scale event like this in my feasibility study of Delaware Park, which I'll get into. And Montana weather in August is absolutely beautiful. You don't have to worry about the humidity down south. And on top of that, the heat up there usually ranges between high 70s to mid and upper 80s compared to like upper 9s down here. And I think it's about 45% humidity is what it shows the humidity percentage to be at, which is the lowest percentage in a calendar year. So the weather up there for months like August into July is perfect. Starting off with our first venue, it is going to be what I worked on in my feasibility study. It is the Great Delaware Park. The new and improved ballpark has reached the minimum of the 15,000 seating capacity. My other renovations are discussed in there if you'd like to give that a look. But with the fact that I created all these renovations and the ability to expand upwards and outwards, it has the ability to host almost any outdoor event, whether it's entertainment or sports. So the fact that this is going to be my first venue is very, very flexible. God has a lot of wiggle room and can work very well with the CrossFit Games with anything that they'd like to use at that facility. With my second venue, Venue B, I don't even want to use it as Venue B because my two venues that I have listed are basically interchangeable. I view them as both phenomenal landing spots for the CrossFit Games. It is called the Metro Park First Interstate Arena, has a 12,000 seat capacity and can hold almost any indoor sporting or entertainment event. The reason why I see them as interchangeable is whatever Delaware Park can hold and whatever Metro Park First Interstate Arena can hold, they're kind of interchangeable. Whatever they can't hold, this one can, and whatever one this one can't, this one can. So it's like, whatever I have in either one, they're going to help each other out. It's primarily used for rodeos, concerts, basketball, arena football, and hockey. So they got a lot of stuff that they got going on year-round at this facility. The pairing of the two venues complement each other. As I said that already, it is located 7 minutes and only 2 miles from Delaware Park. Going forward, I'm going to show every distance and every length between the two just to show you how compact I have everything, where they're not too much on top of one another, but they're all within decently driving range of one another. Moving on, I will be discussing the ancillary needs for my CrossFit Games event bid. As many of y'all know, we're going to have a lot of things that we're going to be discussing in this topic. I'm just going to be starting us off with my vendor village and my sponsor bro. With this being said, I'm just letting you know I have that first bullet point just to list. Every single thing that I'm going to be discussing is going to be the best of the best that the city of Billings has to offer. Not only that I have to give the fairness to them, but I'm giving everything that they have to offer to the CrossFit Games to make our city noticeable. The vendor village is located at the Metro Park Expo Center in the Montana Pavilion. It's all connected. Both of those locations are within the same parking lot as the Metro Park First Bank Arena, which is my second venue. So there's no need for travel distance between there. It's just right off to the side in the same parking lot. However, my sponsor row is located at Delaware Park, which is my first venue. The details of each need is understood because of why I have them at each location, because of the space that each facility offers. Next up is my spectator workout area, which is Yellowstone Fitness. They offer basketball courts, pickleball courts, swimming area, hot tubs, saunas, cycling classes, fitness classes, smoothie bar, you name it. They have everything that anyone could possibly look at and be interested in once they go to a fitness center. It's only located 9 minutes, 2.7 miles from Delaware Park, and only 12 minutes near 4.5 miles from Metro Park First Interstate Arena. So just like the other venues, very, very close to one another. Next up is the beer garden. The one that I selected is the Thirsty Street Brewing Company at the Garage. It's known for its 14 beers on tap along with wine, cider, and seltzer. It's also family friendly, welcomes all people of all ages, even though they do serve alcohol. They have a nice kids play area. It also has an outdoor pavilion where they got an overhang, they have picnic tables, all that stuff for cool nights that it has to offer. Like I said, very spacious, and they have comedy events, trivia nights, ping pong, live music, you name it. They cater to the people, and what I saw on their website is that whatever people bring up to them, they take into consideration because that's how much that they care about their community. As you can see, the locations below, right around the corner from other two venues. Next up is my food court. It is located at Rimrock Mall. The two locations before, this is going to be the two furthest locations away, but this is where you could have any type of food known to man. This is what they have to offer. They have their own food court, as many other malls will have within our country. However, this is going to be the nearest mall that would cater to the people. Their top options are Bob's Pizza, Flaming Wok, which is Asian cuisine. They have Neon Pretzel and Mountain Acai. So those have been the top reviewed places to go when people visit the Rimrock Mall. Although I did talk about my beer garden having a little area for the children, it's not usually a scene for those kids. These kids are going to need a play area. If you're taking them on vacation and your interest is in the CrossFit games, you got to have somewhere to bring these kids. And this one is going to be Lava Island. It has a juggle gym, foam pitch, trampolines, party rooms, all that stuff that a kid could ever want in a play facility. It's flexible to all ages, toddlers to young teens, stuff maybe a little bit more upper level, kind of caters to the teens, and then they got like a little tiny kiddie area for the young toddlers. It's within 12 minutes of both venues, even though 8 miles and 3.8 miles, one has these back roads, another one has the interstate, so it's within a 15-minute drive. This little kids area, your kids will thank you for bringing you there. Next up is the Demo Stage, Affiliate Lounge, and VIP Lounge. I have them all combined to one because of where they are location-wise. They are all located at the Expo Center, which is right outside of my second venue. The Demo Stage is located in the back center of the facility to spotlight the athletes, so once you walk in, it's an area to where these athletes competing in the CrossFit Games that go over to my second venue are able to spotlight themselves and people to get the behind-the-scenes looks of what they're truly competed for and potentially even their physique that they're trying to show off. The Affiliate Lounge is in the conference room off of the first floor. It's off to the side. However, there's a lot of foot traffic that's going to be going in and out there, so it's not as isolated as what I have my VIP Lounge on the second floor. As it says, better perks, better food. That's just going to come with being a VIP. They're up on the second floor. The only people that are allowed to get permitted onto the second floor are those VIPs, to where they don't have as much foot traffic, and they do also come with better options that as food, perks, like I just mentioned. That is where all three of those options are going to be located. When it comes to my athlete village, if you look up ahead, I have a red square. That is where my athlete village is going to be placed. In my feasibility study, I said I expanded the parking lot, but that is the perfect place to put it because of the footage needed, and I don't want to cram all that other stuff up. I designed it based off of the video in the 2012 YouTube link. It is located just outside of Delaware Park, as you can see, to the right of the first base line and first base dugout. It's just going to be set up right there, and it's in within close proximity of these athletes to get back to an event that they may be competing in within a minute or two walk. So it's very, very flexible on these athletes, as long as well as catering to the people that we're going to see perform. The shipping and loading docks, it's pretty self-explanatory. They have an airport within under 10 minutes of both venues. It's right there. It's an international airport. They have storage there. They have cargo that goes in and out. You can ship stuff Everything that goes through Billings is going to be through the airport, which is very beneficial because a lot of these facilities that have major attention might not have a facility within the city. Billings does have that option, and the transfer of cargo and storage is going to come very easy to them. Although I looked into Yellowstone fitness area as they have a swimming area, I think there's only one pool last that I checked, so that's not going to be enough to keep these people cool during this time. Even though it is cooler up in Montana, it's still going to be in the 80s. They're going to need a swimming venue, and it will be at Lake Elmo State Park. Look at that beautiful picture that I have up provided. It's a 64-acre reservoir used for swimming, fishing, picnicking, and boating. Anything and everything you can name in a summertime activity. It is a little bit away. It's a bit up north, as my other two venues are further down south. So the further north you get in Montana is where you're going to get these mountainous views. And Lake Elmo Park, State Park, has a perfect 64-acre reservoir for people to go enjoy time out in the sun. For all my etc. options, I have Amend, Lillis, Veterans, and Rose Park used for youth and outdoor activities for families. It has got about near a dozen parks that offer trails, bike paths, dog parks, and rivers. And on top of that, throw in 3 golf courses. So you combining this stuff with my other two venues, I don't think there's a sport in the world that you can't perform or outdoor activity that you can't enjoy in the city of Billings. Everything there is for offering of the people, and anybody that goes to visit will have an amazing time if they love anything and everything that has to do with the outdoors. For my RFP questions, I am not going to bombard y'all with listing all of the questions. All of my answers are located right here. There's no need, like I said, no need to bombard y'all with the questions because we all have the same questions being used. Both of my venues are located on the same campus. The Delaware Park is outdoors, Metro Park is indoors. These are the dimensions listed above of Delaware Park, and then my other venue, 200 by 85 feet. I have the seating capacity listed for both. Both have premium seats and club seat options in both venues. They both have electronic screens and jumbotrons available for the CrossFit Games to use at their discretion. Both have parking options outside of the venues with public transportation. However, going back to Delaware Park using the Athlete Village at one of the parking lots, it's not the end of the world because they have parking meters throughout the streets and parking garages near the facility that could be used in place of the Athlete Village being used in one of those parking lots. Delaware Park has 35 sponsors, and the First Interstate Arena only sponsor is First Interstate Bank. The ownership of Delaware Park is actually owned by the city. It is operated by Billings Park and Recreation Department, and Metro Park First Interstate Arena is owned by Yellowstone County and operated by Metro Park. Other than that, those are the fine print details that go into each facility and what makes those facilities run and function as a whole. Just to make this one quick, I wasn't going to provide the picture. I have my supplemental venue survey as all agreed. I'm pretty sure the majority of us, if not all, had done the same thing. For my local accommodations and rates, my hotel rooms to be exact, there are 300 hotels and motels to stay at in Billings. That's just a number total, just to provide y'all with that. I'm not going to be sticking any of these people in motels. That would be very cruel of me to do that. Which, even though the minimum is 15,000 rooms, I think with 308 hotels, that easily surpasses that 15,000 rooms. If the average sticks about 300 rooms per hotel within a 3 to 4 star hotel range. To start us off with the best of the best is the Northern Hotel. In here, it says it is considered to be royalty within the city. If you say at the Northern Hotel, everyone that stays there or anybody that lives within the area knows you are considered bougie, in other words. It is the only one of 2 4-star hotels in the city. This one is, of course, better of the 2. It is a 9.1 star rating with 1,711 reviews. It is considered to be very important because of the fact that former presidents Theodore Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson stayed there during their time and visit to Billings. The average rate goes for $229 per night. If you ask for specific rooms or complimentary rooms, that number is of course going to go up. And here below are the distances and times to be driven to each of the venues. This is going to be our tier 1 where the top people associated with the CrossFit Games would be staying. As I had failed to mention before, this is the other 4-star hotel in the city of Billings, as there is only 2. There is no 5-star hotel, so this is the best of the best. This one is just less of the two, but this is our other 4-star option. It is an 8-star rating review with 1,156 reviews given to the hotel. Goes for $161 per night, and below listed is the driving range between the two venues. For my third and final tier is the Homewood Suites by Hilton. It is the best 3-star hotel that Billings has to offer. Has a 9.2 star rating with 728 reviews. Now that I've given every star review and the number of reviews, the reason why I put there is it's such a large sample of everybody agreeing on the same path that this is the best of the best. That's why I put those numbers here. So it's hard numbers that show they know what they're doing and they know how to make a very stable hotel experience. Goes for $178 per night. It's a little bit more expensive because it does offer a billiard room. The locations usually are about 15 minutes. They're all within 10 miles. Sometimes they have more stoplights, stop signs that go with it, but they're all within 15 minutes of the venues. And this is where our third tier people working with the CrossFit Games would be staying at. To wrap us up, of why Billings. Why should the CrossFit Games go to Billings? I'd say the fine details within my report and my presentation are a reason within itself. The large-scale downtown city also provides a small town feel. Even though it is the biggest city in all of Billings, it also provides a small town feel. What I mean by that, it's got about 100,000 people that live there. It's got the downtown type of feel to it. However, it's not super large scale like Los Angeles or New York. So there's not a lot of foot traffic and car traffic. So it's kind of got that little hidden secret type of feel to it as well. They have minimal traffic, as I said. Everything that you need is also within the city. All the sports venues, every outdoor adventure, every grocery store, any event store, anything that you use for entertainment or needs for house decor, anything and everything you need could be within the city. You don't need to go off and venture off for. After that, the sports began outdoors way back in the early days of human race. Just take it back to its roots. Due to scenery and mountainous views that the city and the state has to provide, that is the peak of what sporting events are all about. Going back to that blimp, you just look down and you just see these mountainous views and these trees and these forests. It's beautiful and breathtaking. With the CrossFit Games being hosted in Billings, it can create an experience of a lifetime. And who knows, if you're already up there to begin with, you can go on to a vacation to the mountains a week after. The only thing that is needed to make this happen is an opportunity. So if the CrossFit Games go to Billings, I guarantee you the people of Billings will take it gladly and put on a great time for all of those to see. Thank you.